Welcome back, guys. This is another episode of Chase the Juice. What's going on?
Educational edition. It's time to give us our grades, or give y'all our grades on this trade deadline, a historic one. If I remember correctly, I think 48 players were moved in like this short, week, I guess you want to call it, 3-day span. The most in the NBA history.
Never seen anything like it.
A lot of big names too. I think the biggest trade ever went down. It's been a little bit since that happened, but hey, we're covering it now. So here you go. Let's get right into it.
I see a lot of people talk about like different comps for this trade, and from different sports.
Nothing fits.
I'm like, there's
nothing fits.
Nothing. There's nothing that's happened like this. Oh shit. Oh, here we go. Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. That's the gist. Maxi Kleber and Markieff Morris also to the Lakers.
You sleep on Max Christie. I think that's actually a pretty solid piece in the deal.
I'm not sleeping on Max Christie.
Okay.
I'm not. Actually, I watched the game.
He had a really good game.
Right before he got traded, I was like, okay.
He had a good game on his first game in Dallas, too.
Okay. I didn't catch
exact
that one.
stats, but probably somewhere around 16, 6, and 6, somewhere around there.
That's solid.
Probably more. I might have snugged a bit on that.
And he'll be a good helping hand off the bench. A young guy that can develop into more of a blossoming role in the future.
Absolutely.
I mean, sleeper out of Michigan State. Got a shot.
This is the guy who can block 3-point jump shots. You tell me how many people can do that. Go find him. And he's not a 7-footer who can probably do that, right?
Yeah.
6'4", 6'5".
Impressive.
Good defender.
All right, then let's not glaze past the Jazz here.
Yeah.
Jalen Hood-Schifino, who they dumbfoundedly waived.
He kind of sucks.
Don't understand that one. That kid is a baller.
In college, he was, right?
Give him some time to develop. If he could get buckets with the Hoosiers, with Mike Woodson, come on. Give the kid a shot.
You think someone's going to give him a chance and be happy that they gave him a chance?
He was a first-round pick just a year ago.
Yeah, just about, right?
I mean, how do you – if you're the Jazz, who aren't competing for anything, I get they got a lot of guards.
They do have a lot of guards.
But what do you have to lose? I mean, it's a free first-round pick. But
yeah.
Besides that, I give it an A+. Anytime you're the Lakers and you can get a 25-year-old generational talent and only give up one first-round pick in 2029, I mean, that is a huge win. That's the perfect bridge. You have a couple years with LeBron. LeBron retires. You have your next face of the NBA's biggest franchise.
Right.
I mean, fell right in their lap, right when they needed a ratings boost.
Right. Strangely enough.
And then Sai.
I agree, 100%. I mean, Luka is the NBA right now. I think he is the face. If he isn't, who is? I mean,
we're just in the finals last year.
You could still say it's LeBron after dropping 42, 17, and 8 last night as of this recording. Come on now. How many players at 40 have dropped 40? 2.
I saw an interesting stat today. It was Patrick Surtain Sr. He was either All-Pro or Pro Bowl. And LeBron averaged 28, 8, and 8.
Dang.
Patrick Surtain Jr. just won the NFL Defensive Player of the Year award. LeBron is averaging 27, 6, and 9, I believe.
Incredible. No one has done it so well for so long.
Spanning generations.
No one probably will.
I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, he is the best who ever graced the court. And now another generational talent joining him. Maybe learn a few things.
Yeah. So I think the biggest concern right now is his conditioning, right? He's always hurt, perhaps. Not always hurt, right? I don't want to give him that back.
He was a little banged up last year.
He was banged up. Concerns about his weight.
Which he looks slim in that Lakers jersey.
Looks fine. Concerns about maybe he's not taking it seriously. I think what this came down to is new ownership in Dallas wanting to really set their foot down, right? Really want to put this bitch in the ground and say, listen, Luka, you want to bring in your own personal staff, your own personal trainers. We don't do that over here, okay? We're the Dallas Mavericks. All right, we had Dirk Nowitzki here for 20 years. You didn't think he'd pull that shit? No, he did not. All right? You're going to be like Dirk, or you're going to get the fuck out. So they got him the fuck out. The Lakers said, hey, we can handle some superstars. Magic Johnson, you don't think he had his own people all around all the time? Bring whoever. LeBron has his people around. Luka, bring whoever you need. Whoever you need. 25-year-old superstar, you got to give him an A+. I mean, if they could have traded LeBron. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
That honestly probably would have been maybe better just because of his age, right? But
you got to wonder how teams didn't offer even more.
So
some say that is because
this was completely under the rug. I think that's completely
Yeah.
confirmed. I think, Nico, obviously, the GM of the Mavericks, used to be a Nike exec, right? Boys with Rob Pelinka. They're
True.
boys. So I think he called him. He's like, hey, man, ownership's really pushing on me to move Luka. We want Davis. Give us, I think at first it was like Reeves, Davis. It was a stupid amount.
more connect.
It was a stupid amount. And then I think Rob Pelinka was like, hey, man, we're a little concerned about this, Started bringing it up. He used some shenanigans against his friend. I don't know. Hey, it's business, right? Lakers got off.
To be fair, who else you getting besides AD? Who's available right now?
See-
What do you want, Jimmy Butler? I'd rather have Anthony Davis.
And here's what it comes down to. The Mavericks said, we're just in the finals. We beat OKC 3 times this year without Luka, who's probably our toughest comp in the West. We can still make a run. Yeah, let's go get a guy. By the way, in case you forgot, Anthony Davis is averaging 28, 12, 4, 1.5, and 2. I mean, this guy is probably a top 3 big in basketball right now. We're behind Jokic. I mean, Embiid's when he's healthy. Maybe you put him in front of there. Giannis, you want to count him as a big. I mean, Anthony Davis is a superstar. I think he actually makes the Mavericks better right now because there's one thing Luka lacks, and it's that effort, that defensive side of play. That's what Davis brings more than anything.
Absolutely.
One question is his health, and that could come back to bite him. I'm telling you, I am hammering Dallas future props. I see Lakers skyrocketing, and I see Dallas dropping for this year. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Lakers do LeBron looks rejuvenated. It's insane to me how most players right now are slowing down right before the All-Star break. They really need this week off. And LeBron somehow is fucking a top 5 player in basketball right now. It's insane. It makes no sense. Whatever. It's not about LeBron. Luka's a huge pickup. The other guys, I mean, Cleveland might play a little bit. I actually like this a lot more after they made more moves later on, which we'll talk about, of course. But yeah, let's get into Dallas' side of this.
Yeah. So, I don't disagree. This trade makes Dallas better this year, but for the same reason why the Lakers get an A+, they get a D-.
Sure.
You can't give away a 25-year-old generational talent.
This could come back to haunt.
There's not many players that have graced an NBA court with the same skill set as Luka Doncic. The way he can score the basketball. And that's the cool thing about this. His style of play is sustainable. He's not relying on a crazy burst of speed or athleticism or physical traits of being stronger. No, this guy's just that damn good at basketball. Yeah. And he's only going to get better at that skill set.
Theoretically, yeah.
I mean, ideally, it's a stop and go. He's a smart player. He knows where his teammates are. He's a fantastic passer. Can shoot it like nobody's business and create space out of nothing. I mean, and you get him with LeBron in a pick-and-roll situation. Good golly. And you got shooters and Reeves on the outside. But that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. The Mavs didn't make a terrible move, but you got to get more out of this. You got to get 2, 3, 4, 5 first round. But you look at what Paul George netted the Thunder. You got to get at least that. And I don't think you're getting Anthony day-to-day Davis.
Come on.
I mean,
come on. He's been healthy. He's been healthy
for a year, but I mean, he's
2 years.
35 years old.
31. He was drafted in 2012.
Okay, I might have guessed that.
He was drafted in 2012. He was probably 19 when he was drafted.
Getting beat up all the time, it makes your body older, though. You got to admit that. Getting hurt all the time, you can't expect the same shelf life as LeBron James. You're not getting that out of Anthony Davis. Some are saying that the Mavs made this trade to doom all hope for the Mavericks to get leverage. For a casino deal in the Dallas area. They say, if you don't build our casino, we're going to pack our bags and get the hell out
Go to
here.
Vegas. Vegas clamoring for a team.
Now, the NBA would never approve that under the current circumstances of a team that just made the NBA Finals. Attendance is fine.
Dallas is a big market.
Dallas is the 5th biggest market in the NBA.
Yeah.
But
was that because of Luka, though? He obviously raised their stock quite a bit. They were not 5th when Dirk was there.
Absolutely.
Say that.
And you get rid of Luka, and you don't get much draft picks to show for it. You don't have too many going forward. Yeah. It could kill hype in the team, and maybe it is a leverage grab. I might bite them this year because I think you're right. It does increase their chance of NBA Finals this year.
So,
look at.
Look. There we go.
That's
right. A-. Reason being, I do believe they got better. Also, I think you have to factor in how many firsts is Anthony Davis worth alone. Like,
that's true.
Let's talk about that Pelicans deal. I think he went for 3, and then they got Ball, who was a first-round pick. Ingram was a first-round pick. Josh Hart was a first-round pick. I mean, like,
Josh Hart won the first round.
He went for quite a bit late first. I promise, 20s.
Really?
Maybe I'm thinking of Kuzma. Kuzma was late first.
I think
you think Hart's a second?
And second, maybe undrafted.
He was not undrafted. Where did he go to school?
Villanova.
Nova. He was drafted for sure. They were a solid
He
team.
was like the third best player. He was there with Brunson, wasn't
They had Brunson and DiVincenzo, yeah. Bridges. They were all there.
he? He was like the fourth.
Jenkins.
He was like the fourth best player in that team. I think he went undrafted.
DiVincenzo came off the bench. Let's not act like he was better then, right?
Had a hell of a tourney run.
That's the only reason why he got drafted. All right. It's not about
That's
it.
That's another story.
I think Max Christie is legit defender in this league. I think last night he had a solid game, whatever that's worth, right? I think that could prove. I mean, he's come off the bench, get him 28, playing solid. Here's the thing. This team is so good defensively. It's actually scary how well they're built defensively.
That's
Like,
true.
this is a really solid team. I think they're going to give anyone – they're a bottom team right now as far as, like, playoff seeding. They're going to give anyone they play fits. I think they're hoping that they seed, catch OKC, just get them the fuck out of there, get all the momentum they need to make another finals run. I think this team is built to go this year and the next. After that, it's a crapshoot. But, I mean, like, I love this trade for the Dallas Mavericks because I think this just – were they ever going to win one with Luka? Potentially. Was it this year? No.
You're right.
Was it in 5 years? Maybe
The
we'll see.
Luka-Kyrie combo
Never worked.
That's
It's never
not
gonna
going to
work.
be a thing.
No.
I don't understand it. Now, to have an A-, they have to win a chip in
Exactly.
the next 2 years, right?
Exactly.
So
Absolutely.
you're counting on that. You're saying
banking
bank
on
it,
it.
Sharpie,
I think they do win.
Dallas Mavericks
Yes.
finals within the next 2 years.
Cavs, Mavs, finals. It rhymes. It's fucking perfect. Come on, Mavs in 7. Heartbreaker. Kyrie Irving does it again in the same spot against his former team. You can see it now. It's cinema. It's cinema. Jazz, I mean, like, we can kind of glaze right over this. They got this for free. They didn't give up anything.
Yeah.
They found out it was actually Luka getting traded, like, very last
They tried to – Danny Ainge was pissed.
Yeah.
He tried to stop it.
Yeah.
He tried to pull a plug on this whole trade. But they said, NBA said, it's too late, buddy.
I think it was at first probably just say, hey, you want Hachimura for free? And then he was like, sure. And it's like, Luka, no. I'm like, here's 2 seconds. Shut up. And he's like, okay, yeah, fine.
No, he was going to give him back.
Send it all back.
I don't want the Lakers to win.
Oh, yeah.
That was his idea.
That, by the way, that player, look up some of his highlights. He was a starter during Jordan's era, for what it's worth. So,
yeah, Danny Ainge.
I think he was an all-star, actually, too.
Yeah, he was. He was a notable player in the league.
Yeah, somehow.
Jalen Hood-Schifino wave, what a bozo move. You give him an A+.
Hey, you gave up nothing, you get stuff. We'll see what happens. They're second-round picks. Whatever.
Good deal.
Let's move on.
All right. Now, this one was a little bit puzzling. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah. Came out of nowhere.
Kyle Kuzma, Patrick Baldwin, Jericho Sims, second-round pick to the Bucks. Wizards get Middleton, A.J. Johnson, a first-round pick swap. Knicks get what the Knicks get. I give it a B+
For Bucks? Okay.
for the Bucks. I think adding Kyle Kuzma is solid. I mean, Chris Middleton's getting up there in age. He's not shooting the thing like he used to. It's good to get a second-round pick, some pieces, and Kyle Kuzma's probably going to end up being the equivalent. I don't hate it. Sai?
I hate it. I think Middleton is a guy, and you got Dame now, right? Middleton's a guy who elevates his play in the playoffs. Bucks are like,
That's
what,
true.
like the 5th seed, 6th seed right now? Like, I think they're in prime form to make a run. Like, this is kind of like Giannis is probably like thinking now, like, okay, we don't do it soon. Get me out of here.
Absolutely.
I don't think he's a Milwaukee for lifer by any means.
That's why they wanted Jimmy so bad.
Yeah. So I think it comes down to the fact that Middleton stepped up in the playoffs for him, and Kyle Kuzma sucks. This guy is awful. And maybe he was trolling, trying to get traded from the Wizards, but like if you watch Wizards games this year and bless your heart, why are you doing that? I've seen a few. Seen him play the Cavs, of course. This guy's a shot chucker, and he doesn't make it. I hate the move for the Bucks. As a Cavs fan, I love it though. Makes them worse. I think it makes them worse.
I give the Wizards a C-.
Yeah.
Middleton's aging. They didn't get much. I mean, it was a big nothing ball, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't really do much for either team.
Yeah. And I'm giving him an A+ because I got rid of Kyle Kuzma, who sucks. So whatever you got for him, I think was a solid deal.
Fair enough. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, DeLon Wright might actually play for the Knicks. I could see him getting some minutes. Sims was not playing at all, especially when Robinson's fully back, right? I mean, like Wright might play some backup guard for him. I think he's probably washed though. He's been in the league for quite some time now.
Yeah.
He's like one of those sneaky guys. Like if he's like, oh, he's still playing. It's like a 14-year pro.
He'll be a what's that grid challenge?
Yeah, hoops grid. He'd be the perfect guy to throw in.
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
Especially now for like the Knicks and Bucks. That'd be a good guy to grab there.
Hey, don't say we didn't tell you nothing.
Yeah, hey, come on.
All right, and this is another big one for the Lakers, right?
Yep.
They get their guy, replace AD. There's a gaping hole at center. It was only Jackson Hayes,
Yeah.
nobody else. Now they got Mark Williams, a young breakout center.
Yeah.
Highest standing reach in the league.
Really?
Above Wembanyama.
Wow. So he's got a lengthy arms. Huh?
Oh, huge. I mean, he's 7'2" in his own right.
Yeah, he's definitely not your average center height, right?
Which I think he came in the league at in college, he was 6'11".
He went to Duke, right?
UNC. What's it, Duke? It was one of those two. Duke or UNC. Anyway, yeah, he grew. And
good son.
He can jump out of the gym. And when Luka went to the Lakers, Rob Pelinka asked him, who do you feel like, what kind of style do you feel like you play best in? He said, vertical lob threat. He said, I love playing with Derek Lively this year. It's been awesome. I love having that option when I drive. Bang. Goes out and gets a guy who's perfect for that. More defensively than offensively, but I definitely think he could develop into that lob threat that Luka likes. He has all the tangible traits that you need.
You know, no one's been watching Hornets games, but if you have been, you've been fucking surprised by this guy. Listen, he was on my fantasy team. I had to trade him to make a run this year. Kind of regret it now. But hey, this guy's a beast. I mean, I'm pretty sure, since the New Year's turn, I don't quote me on this, all right? But somewhere around 18, 12, 2 blocks, a few assists too. He's not just getting 0. You see some centers who don't pass the ball. This guy can move it when he needs to. Now, the one concern is he's been a little banged up so far, early on in his NBA career. So we'll see how it goes, but they for sure filled in that hole that was left behind with a solid young player. They're built now, I think, to make a decent run. I don't think they have enough to make a deep run, but they're also built for the future. He's 23, 22?
23. He's younger than Dalton Knecht in his third NBA season.
Exactly. Reeves is, 26, 25, around Luka's age too, right? It's they got kind of a 3 for the future that you can build around, I feel like.
Absolutely. And that's why I love this trade.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to give up some good pieces.
Yeah, for sure.
But Mark Williams fits what they needed on that team perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, A-. I think they filled that hole. Jackson Hayes was never going to start more than a few games for them. And I think, it was always going to be, we move AD, we have to replace him immediately.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I think this is a really solid get.
And then for me, the Hornets got a good haul in their own right. I mean, Dalton Knecht, he's a guy that I think as he develops, he can shoot like nobody's business, and he can create his own shot. He's a playmaker. Yeah. He can pull up. He can hit a step back. He was that guy at Tennessee.
Yeah.
And I thought he was a steal in the draft. I think he's a good piece here. Yeah. Cam Reddish might not get a whole lot of run, but a solid young player.
Probably a guy who gets waived or bought out, I imagine.
True, but he's a piece. I mean, you can do something with it.
Yeah.
Could develop. And then an unprotected first from the Lakers. See what that ends up being.
Luka now? It's damn near second, right?
Something like that. Pick swap. It's just not a bad haul. You go up a young guy, you get a couple young guys in a first-round pick. Not the worst deal.
Yeah. I mean, Dalton's fine. My concern is who they already have. You have LaMelo, you got Brandon Miller, and you got Miles Bridges. So with him, 6-man, which I guess we're talking before the pod, right? That was kind of already a ceiling, right? 18 a game guy. Lou Will is the comp you brought up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just a guy that's going to come off the bench and be that spark plug. He doesn't have to do anything else. And then you got your big 3 already up there. So I think for the future, it's a solid move, and obviously not doing shit this year. Now, that 2031 unprotected first would have been a lot more interesting if they didn't already trade for Luka.
Right.
So, now that would have been hey, this is post-AD, post-LeBron. This could be something. With Luka there and probably going to get locked up long-term, I mean, 20 to 30. And your Hornets haven't been hitting their draft picks, never really have. I'm confused by that.
It's a new era. No more Michael Jordan.
True. That could help. Well, so is that how that works? So the New Orleans Hornets moved to the New Orleans Pelicans. And then the Charlotte Bobcats just took back the Hornets. So who has the Hornet shit from the 90s? Does it go to the New Orleans Hornets or the New Orleans Pelicans now? Or is it the Hornets? It's so confusing. When the Hornets took back their original name, do they take back their 90s stuff too?
I don't think they get the accolades.
Nothing that happened before?
I think because they were an expansion team, no?
So the Bobcats were. But so they moved from Charlotte in the 90s to New Orleans. And then in 2002, 3, I think, because LeBron's played every year with 30 teams. So 2002, 2003, it was the Charlotte Bobcats coming. And then
They changed names.
around 2013, I believe.
Bobcats became the Hornets.
But yeah, I think originally the Hornets were like, hey, we're going to become the Pelicans. And the Hornets are like, yeah, we'll get our old name back.
Yeah, I don't think they get any Hornets.
It's like in Charlotte Stadium, though. Charlotte's fans, let us know. People that have been there, I've never been there. Is there, you got Larry Johnson's jersey in the rafters. Is that up there? Is that in the Pelicans? That's the thing. It's got to be.
That's a good question.
That's something like, I don't know.
It's been eating you up.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
All right, let's talk about another big one.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler of the Warriors. 2 second-round picks, cash. Heat get Andrew Wiggins, Davion Mitchell, who I think got moved again.
Yes.
He did. Kyle Anderson. And a first-round pick from 2025, unprotected from the Warriors. That could be something.
I think it is protected. It's top 10.
Oh, it is protected.
It's top 10.
I can't read.
And I think how these protections work, at least from 2K, is so like let's say the Warriors suck ass and their pick falls 5. Warriors get that pick back, but then I think the next year goes back to the Heat. This time unprotected. I think that's how it works.
I believe that's, or I think it.
Or maybe it's like top 5 protected.
I think you get 2
instead.
years protected, and then the third one's unprotected.
Yeah, something like that. Some of those lines. So like if it does pan out, and like obviously they get Jimmy now, like it would probably almost be better for it to become protected, right? Then you get the next year where everyone's even more washed. But anyways, yeah.
I give it a C-, and actually I think that's pretty generous.
Yeah.
I think this is just it's desperation coming out of Golden State.
Absolutely.
You have aging stars who are hard. I mean, Curry's fallen off. I mean, people don't want to talk about it. We all want to see Steph Curry do well. He's not Steph Curry anymore.
Not the Olympic Steph Curry, I'll tell you that.
I know. He did look good over the summer. Yeah. Maybe he's got a little fatigue. Maybe we'll see a bounce back here next year. But like,
LeBron doesn't look fatigued. What the hell's going on?
He spends a lot. He's dedicated, okay? More dedicated than that cat Curry, man.
Probably. I guess so.
But, yeah, no, Jimmy's he's getting washed. He doesn't have the stamina. He's not a regular season player anyway, and they're going to need some regular season performance to stay afloat. I mean, they're not competing with the top teams in the West. You're just not even with Jimmy Butler. Sigh?
Yeah, I 100% agree. That's why I gave it a D+. Granted, they didn't give up a whole lot if you really look at it. Like,
true. Well, I mean,
Butler's an upgrade from Wiggins. I mean, I guess we'll see about that first. I'm kind of like, low-key enamored with it. But at the same time, yeah, I don't have much to say for Golden State. I don't think it moves the needle from it at all.
No. And then for the Heat. I mean, they messed around. They messed around way too long.
That's true.
They lost all of their leverage. Every ounce of leverage they had was just dissipated. The more and more you let Jimmy Butler throw a fit. And then also, who wants to deal with the headache that Jimmy Butler is going to throw a fit every time he's upset?
That's right.
I mean, and that's not attractive to teams. So that kind of that hurts you too. I mean, they just total mismanagement. I saw a report today. Pat Riley had a heart-to-heart conversation with Jimmy Butler. One last chance to convince him, stay in Miami. We love you here.
Didn't work.
He brought up his late father. Jimmy Butler was mourning last year.
Yeah.
Broke down in tears, Pat Riley. Known tough guy. Broke down in tears. Jimmy Butler was not moved. He said he felt like Pat Riley was unhinged. And it was the nail in the coffin.
Damn, made it worse.
It's the nail in the coffin where Jimmy says, I cannot be here.
This old fuck.
I'm getting out. This guy's crying on me.
This geriatric fuck.
This guy's, I think he maybe thought it was manipulative.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that. But yeah.
As soon as he walked out, he was stone-faced. As soon as Jimmy walked out, it was over. The charade was over. Jimmy had his ear to the door.
Right.
This is from my reports. I did see this out there. So, good stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was.
No, that's funny.
But yeah,
he tried.
You got something out of it though. You can't. I might be a little harsh on him.
So I mean, it definitely wasn't great for him. Here's my take on it. You got him out of there.
That's true.
And I think Jimmy also made it really hard on them. The Grizzlies had a package put together. And Jimmy Butler said, "I will not sign with the Memphis Grizzlies."
I think he said something similar to the Bucks.
I think that is also true. So there was a few teams that hey, we got offers already. And obviously they're better than the Warriors offer because they accepted those first. I imagine this offer was always in place.
Right.
And I mean, the pick could be fine. Wiggins is whatever. Mitchell, you immediately moved. Anderson's whatever. You weren't playing Butler to begin with. So I guess Wiggins is like a plus in that end, right? I mean, he's going to at least contribute. It's just, sad it went out like this, but yeah.
That's an interesting point you brought up. He did decline to sign in a few different places.
Right.
Maybe Golden State was the only place he was going to go all along.
Could be. Maybe that's what he was really pushing for. I bet he had like 5 teams in mind. He listed them, right?
Right. He listed them, and then someone reported that. I think Shams reported it, and his agent came out and says, "You're lying."
See, I think that was kind of just protect Jimmy's image.
Absolutely.
I think at first it was all about Jimmy just saying, okay, I'm a hard worker, I'm a grinder, I'm going to work through this, that type of thing. And then now he's like, hey, I just led this team to the finals 2 times in 4 years. I can see how he feels a little jaded.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
team sucks. You see
Come
it
on,
without
Clay.
South Blair. Snub from the Rising Stars game. What the hell's up with that? What the fuck was up with the All-Star game, by the way? What happened? What happened to the game I love?
3 teams?
Yeah, what are they?
Is that real?
Yeah, are they playing all at once? What is going on? Is there 2 basketballs? I don't understand.
One team was like all young players.
Dude,
One team was all old players.
Shaq's team had no centers.
And then Chuck's team was all international guys.
Chuck's team was all centers. He had like 1 guard. What put these old fucks in charge? These guys are actually what's wrong with the game, because all they do is shit on it. It's entertaining, sure. But like Barkley is terrible. That's all he fucking talks about. Shaq's talks about his fucking 4 rings. Kenny bow-legged, like what's running the board? He's over here like, I mean, it's entertaining, sure, whatever. But damn, dude, this is what's wrong with the game.
you're okay with
This is real analysis here on Chase the Juice. They're out there just shitting on players. I mean, I did kind of shit on Kyle Kuzma earlier.
deserved it.
Put these on.
But so you're okay with around the NBA leaving? I mean, they're done after this year, right?
Yeah, good riddance.
Okay.
Good fucking bye.
I mean, the only one I'm really gonna miss is Ernie.
He was, he's wholesome.
Ernie's a national treasure.
Yeah.
And he actually knows ball.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a good commentator.
Why did he draft the 4th team? They could have played with, I guess, add a few more All-Stars in. Right? Why not?
There's a couple snubs. LaMelo got snubbed.
LaMelo got subbed. Trey Young, did he make it right?
I don't think I saw his name.
He did. If he's not, it's a snub too.
Yeah. Let's move on. This is the second part of the Jimmy Butler trade that no one cares about.
Yeah. Listen.
Oh, Dennis Schroeder.
I think. No, that doesn't make any sense.
Pistons are keeping Dennis Schroeder. So that's something.
Confirmed.
Dennis Schroeder this last week equated being traded to slavery.
Yeah. It's interesting, considering he makes like fucking $12 million a year.
Yeah, the fact that he was traded 4 times in 24 hours and is still going to cash every check he gets.
So we talked about this a little bit, right? If you were in America, corporate America, you're working, your boss is like, hey, we need you over here. Are you going to be like, no, I quit? You could do that.
Unless it was a job I liked.
Right.
And I maybe felt like it was worth it.
Maybe a job you love. Maybe a job that you've been doing since you were like 6 years old.
And doesn't even feel like a job.
Maybe a job that actually brought you over here from your other country. Maybe would be a way. Okay, yeah, sure. And maybe a job where you can pay millions of dollars.
That'd be cool.
Maybe an actual corporate America, right? They might give you like a relocation package. Might give you a little bonus, right?
Yeah.
For moving. Not the case here, but you're making probably 1,000 times what someone would take.
Enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jazz is another A+, by the way. Gave up nothing and got stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
what'd they give up?
What'd they give up? Maybe one of these segments are theirs. I don't know. But if so, they got 2 back.
Josh Richardson?
Yeah. How do they have the roster space for this? They had to have traded somebody.
They had to.
What was on the other screen? Can't go back. Let's keep it moving.
All right, another big trade. Raptors get Brandon Ingram. Pelicans get Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk. 1st and a 2nd.
Yeah.
I give it a B.
Yeah.
And Brandon Ingram, does he win anything with the Raptors this year? No. No, the Raptors suck. But they do have cap space, and they do need some energy and vigor into this team. They need to put butts in the seats. They got to sell some merch. Go get you somebody. Go give the fans some entertaining basketball if you don't have winning basketball. I think that's a good consolation. They didn't really give up too much. 1 first-round pick, 1 second-round pick, a couple guys that are just nothing special. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't a terrible haul. He is on a monster of a contract. I think we talked about it. Apparently he was he? Oh, no, it was De'Aaron Fox, right? That was not going to resign.
Yeah, that was Fox.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
Forget about this. Pelicans have the worst record in the West. I think I have them at 12 wins. So they're bad. Raptors have 16 wins. Both these teams suck.
Yeah.
So one team actually okay, you get a young guy, and this other team, who are these guys? Kelly Olynyk's 34. Bruce Brown's 32. I guess we'll see what the picks turn out to be. Yeah.
The Pelicans went off that contract.
Yeah. I'm also which I guess that is a plus for me. I did take that into consideration when I was grading these. What are the Raptors doing though? I don't know what they're cooking over there. We'll see, right? We'll see.
Trying to sell some tickets.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think the Pelicans want to pair somebody else with Zion. They're trying to create some cap space for this summer.
Yeah.
We give them a C.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Not a bad haul.
Not a whole lot to talk about.
Cavs.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna like to talk about this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a B plus. I think DeAndre Hunter, great wing defender, gonna help him out. Karis LeVert hurts a little bit. He's shown flashes. Georges Niang, who cares? 3 seconds. I mean, they're nice to have, but what are you really getting in the second round?
Yeah.
2 pick swaps, that kind of hurts.
Yeah, I mean, Hunter's gonna be big against Boston. It's kind of like once we got slacked by him, I think it's kind of like we need someone to guard.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown. At least slow them down a little bit. At least match their height. We're too small. We're too small to bang with Boston right now.
Absolutely.
So I think this could be big. There's rumors Ben Simmons might be coming to Cleveland. We'll see.
That'd be fun.
That'd be fun. Knights backup 5, I think, would probably be his role instead of Tristan Thompson, which would be much welcomed. Because Georges Niang was running backup 5 for us too. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. This guy's like a former 4th overall pick, I think. Like he was top 5 player in the draft. I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm curious.
I was just thinking about Ben Simmons.
Man,
I kind of feel bad.
I think so. He did to himself. He got paid and gave up.
You ever felt like stress pains in your back? Pretty sure that's what he was dealing with, right?
Yeah.
He had back problems. That's
It's
terrible.
no joke. Ruined sleep.
And then people are on your ass, yelling at you all the time. You think that make it better?
No.
We all made fun of him like all the time.
Yeah,
and this guy was just like, he was really dealing with something.
Yeah, true.
I had stress pains in my back once. And I was like, damn, is this what Ben Simmons felt like?
That's exactly what he felt.
I felt pretty bad.
Shit sucks.
So I want to apologize to Ben Simmons right now. I hope you have a resurgence in your career.
Yeah.
I give the Hawks a C minus. It's not a bad haul. I mean, you get some good draft capital.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see DeAndre Hunter play out a little bit more for him.
Right.
But
I think he fits that timeline, you know?
yeah.
So I think the Cavs kind of paid quite a bit. That's kind of where I gave him a little grade. I think 3 seconds and then, so 5 picks in total, technically, right? You count the swaps, whatever, 3, whatever. It's kind of quite a bit for DeAndre Hunter in my book. That's why Brandon Ingram went for chips.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the contract Brandon Ingram
That's
has.
absolutely true.
Why the rush?
Yeah.
That's my my only grip.
Yeah, give him an E for effort.
Okay.
You made a move. You did something.
You gotta get involved.
You switched some shit up. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Whatever they've been doing hasn't been working. So
absolutely.
You know, you're not wrong. Gotta switch it up.
Yeah.
Another big one.
Huge one.
Huge. I mean, so much we couldn't fit it in one side.
Yeah.
I give the Spurs an A minus. You get the Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
You pair him up with Vic, 2 young guys that can run it for a long time. I love when you have an elite big or you have an elite guard. They always, for some reason, like you see Luka, they pair with Kyrie. You get
right.
Harden and Chris Paul and Westbrook. You know, they try all these different things, right?
Yeah.
Get you an elite big, an elite point guard, and let them boys run. I love the fit. He put up 24 and 14, I think, in his first game with the Spurs.
Yeah, good game.
Vic also put up 24 and I think 12 rebounds. Something.
Yeah.
I mean, solid game. Seems to be a good fit off the first run they get together. I like to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I give him a B minus, and that's one reason. That 2025 Hornets pick.
That's tough.
They're the worst team in basketball right now, or the second worst, probably behind the Wizards. It's going to be a probably top 5 pick in the lottery. I mean,